Welcome to the Commercial Kitchen Chronicles, the original food service equipment repair podcast built by technicians for technicians. Whether you're on the front lines of repair, keeping the kitchen running smoothly, or just passionate about the food service repair industry, this podcast is your go-to source for expert insight, tech tips, and real stories from the field. When it comes to keeping refrigeration and HVAC systems running clean and efficiently, Viper from Refrigeration Technologies gets it done. From coil cleaners, drainline solutions, to maintenance chemicals for the real world, Viper products are designed by techs for techs. Less downtime, better performance, and tools you can trust when it matters the most. If you're serious about system performance and reliability, Viper belongs in your truck. What's up, everybody? Hopefully you guys can hear us. We are at a hotel ballroom, and we are at the CFESA Region 4 meeting in Columbia, South Carolina. Tomorrow's a big regional meeting. Rich joins CFESA. This is his region, so he's gonna come up and attend the meeting, have a little fun with his wife, hang out till Sunday. So
meet some people that I've known forever but never met.
yeah, it's a good opportunity. He already met the Mealers. Spencer from Spaceman's over here hanging out.
Met Joey Simon and some other people I can't remember their name right now.
I've got a great story about Joey, but I'll tell that off air. It's pretty funny. It's pretty epic. I tell everybody this story, and I love it, but I will do that off air. So it's good to have Rich in person. This is the second time I met him. We hung out in some little small town, Gaffney, at a cigar bar, drinking beer, smoking cigars last year. I will say,
is this mic in a good spot?
It's working as long as it ain't rubbing your
okay, cool.
Your beard. It gets a little weird. Yeah, I will say I've never seen Rich and Jason in the same room, so I do not know if they are the same people wearing costumes or not. But we'll get that worked out one day. So
you've never seen us in the room with Batman either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Rich he was on a roll this week or last week. He had a call, and we've all been there. You open up a panel, it's just full of roaches. I mean,
oh my God,
it happens in our industry. It's just part of what you got to deal with. I mean,
bro, no. In 20 years, I have never walked away from a piece of equipment because of roaches. Never, bro. Like, it sounds crazy, but there's an acceptable amount of roaches in a restaurant, right? Yeah. Like, I always tell people, it's not about if they have roaches, it's what are they doing to get rid of them. Mm-hmm. Dude, when I took off that panel, like several dozen roaches ran off the panel. Then for over 20 minutes, roaches were crawling in and out of every contactor, motor, switch, everything, bro. I just sat there, and I hate roaches. Like, to me, the solution to roaches is burn the building down and start again. Dude, I was yelling in Spanish so they could understand me. Like,
in my area, if you're yelling in Spanish, they understand you, though.
No, I was in the middle of like some little country town. I was just yelling in Spanish. They didn't know what I was saying. And then after about, 30 minutes, I was like, screw this, you need a new machine. Bye.
Yeah, I've been doing this. This is my 20th year, and I've been doing this a long time. And they don't really bother me. I don't want them on me. Like, if I can see them and they're away from me, I don't like freak out. I had a Chinese restaurant that I'd have to go, and on their dish machine every 3 months I'd have to change the contactor. Mm-hmm. And the call would come in, dish machine not heating. And it got to the point where I was like, order this contactor, I'll go out there tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. I'd go out there, and the contactor, those roaches love that heat and moisture, right, and they live in there. Eventually, they smash down in that contactor enough, it builds up enough where it quit pulling in, and it was just full of roaches. So I'd go in there, and I'd literally walk over the breaker, shut the breaker off, pull the top off, change the contactor, put the top back on, turn the breaker back on, and just walk out.
Yeah, no, see, I've done that a million times. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've changed Dixel controllers where there's roaches crawling out of them, and there's like 5 roaches, next to it or whatever. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I've had people call me like yelling about roaches. Nobody that works for me, but like in the past, like, this place with these roaches. I'm like, bro, shut up. It's part of the job. But nah, what I saw the other day, bro, like, nah. I mean, I was texting you guys, wasn't I? I didn't send you any pictures. I don't think I got pictures of the roaches. But
no, we heard about it. I've been there. I mean, I don't know. I've seen some pretty bad ones. I've got some historical buildings that, like, they can't get rid of them. They spray, and like they just hide. The building's so old, like they can't get to everything, and it's one of those things where they're just there and you got to deal with it. But
nah, this was like it was a broke down ice cream machine.
Oh no!
And then in the place, the tiles are all busted, so water's pooled up underneath the machine.
You said ice cream machine, and he flinched.
Poor Spencer didn't deserve that. It wasn't them. It wasn't them.
It wasn't them, no. And I don't know how long this machine's been down, but I'm pretty sure there's still product in the barrel. Because when I pulled the little lever and the air shot out, there was a nasty freaking smell.
It was building up pressure from the product and they're decomposing.
Mm-hmm. I was like, nope. Like I said, after about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I said, nah, y'all need a new machine. Bye. I'm not fixing this.
Yeah, I've been there. I've done it. But, here's the thing. Unless it's to a point, how do you talk to your customer and let them know? Be like, hey, you show them, like, you need to spray, you're polite about it. I mean, that's the hard part is to explain to the customer.
To me, it depends on the circumstance, right? A normal restaurant that's got, quote unquote, normal amount of roaches. Yeah. I mean, if I see a roach, I'll smash it, go about my day. Like, this machine, I told the customer, I said, yo, that thing is nasty. I'm like, you got hundreds of roaches living in there, and that's why it went down. I'm like, literally, throw the machine away, buy a new machine. Like, I don't know a nice way to put it. There's a me not losing my crap way, but I don't know a nice way to say you're nasty as hell for keeping that machine in here.
I've had some where I've like opened up controllers, like the Dixels, they're famous for getting in there, and I've like opened them and like, what's wrong with it because what's in there, the amount of bugs, and you just close it back up and be like, okay, you need a controller, but I'm not coming back until you've sprayed this thing and killed these because I'm not going to deal with it. And that's generally about as worst as I've dealt with it. But if you were contacting us and complaining, it had to be pretty bad because we've seen some pretty rough stuff. So
yeah, like I said, I've never that I can think of walked away from a unit because of roaches. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times you take off the panel, they all run away, and you get to work. These dudes was just chilling, bro.
That's my go-to is like if I know this building has a problem, I'll open the panel and close the panel up and let them hide because most of the time they see that light, they're gonna scatter. They're gonna run into conduits. Yeah, they're gonna take off.
Like they didn't do that. The bulk of them scattered, but there was still like a few dozen
just chilling.
Literally just chilling, bro.
Like your move, huh? Your move.
I don't know why they didn't have one of these, bro. Like they were just really like what? They were like, this is our house, bro.
So I was being a smart ass one day, and I was running the call, and I had Dalton, my youngest son, with me, and I have those Meta glasses from Ray-Ban, and I was like, I knew this controller always had roaches in it. It was like in a dish machine, it's a conveyor controller for like the trays and stuff. It's wet, a warm environment, perfect conditions for them. And I was like, I was recording. I was like, hey, it's always polite to knock on someone's house before you come in. And I knocked on it and dropped the panel, and like two of them like jumped out and like landed on my shirt. And I'm recording it, and I'm like freaking out trying to knock them off me. And Dalton's just over there crying, laughing so bad. He's like, that's what you get for doing dumb shit like that.
That's actually pretty funny.
So it's up there somewhere. If you can scroll back, you can find it. But yeah, it's always polite to knock on someone's house. I knocked on it and dropped the panel, dude, and they just jumped at me. I was like, what is going on here? What is going on here?
No, I was glad that I wasn't carrying my tool bag because lately because I wear cargo pants, I've just been throwing my main tools in my pockets. I've gotten roaches in my tool bags before.
That's what scares me.
Throw that tool bag away and start again.
I've got the Vito, and it's got the hard bottom, so generally that kind of, I think, deters a lot of stuff. But yeah, I've been doing this 20 years, and I don't want to bring that problem home.
Nah.
That's Kelly probably mad.
Forget bringing them home. Try to get roaches out of a work van.
You just close it, bomb it, and hope for the best. Like, I'll see you Monday morning.
No, bomb it for real.
That's funny. So, bugs are just a problem we deal with. I mean, but we deal with grease, dirt, all that kind of stuff. And we go to a customer's location, and a lot of times they don't pull this stuff out. They don't know what's behind there, and they should.
Yeah.
But, I've been in a place where we had to replace a fryer, and the casters were broke off. And I couldn't get it away from the wall. The old one, it was a bank of like 4. And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, oh, the casters are broke. We haven't pulled this thing out in years. It was like the grease had built up behind there and like vacuum formed to the wall.
Yep.
And like I finally got it broke away from the wall and was sliding it out. And 3 of them unplugged and the 4th one unplugged. And I just the new one's got new plugs on and everything. I'm just jerking on this thing. I'm like, what the heck's going on? I couldn't see it because it was covered in grease. And I jerked on it, all of a sudden, boom, it blew up. And the 4th one was hardwired with no junction box. It was just stuck in the box and then all that grease, and it blew up under the grease.
That sounds like a good time.
Oh, yeah. So then I showed the manager, and the manager's like, well, I don't get paid to clean that up. I was like, I'm paid to install a fryer, not clean your thing. I said, I can leave it out. You can let the morning crew deal because it was overnight. He's like, no, I'll take care of it. And he was in there with a shovel, just like shoveling this up. It was terrible.
Oh, see, no, I'm the opposite. You want me to clean it? I'll clean it. If you want to pay me $125 an hour to clean your grease, I will gladly clean your grease.
Well,
we're good.
Generally, I'll clean it, but that was just excessive because it'd been years, and I was just after I pulled on that cord and it blew up in my face, I was like, "What's next?"
Dude, now I'll tell you what was nasty. I don't know if I told y'all this before, and this was years ago, like still back in Florida. I'm working on Once it was like a 6-burner gas range,
Mhm.
and I'm looking in the grease tray. You can tell the grease tray has never been removed. And I'm like, I see like a shape, right? I'm like, what the hell is that shape over there? So I look, I'm like, yo, is that a rat? It was the shape of a rat.
Mhm.
But I went to take it out like with my screwdriver to see if I could like wedge it out of there. When I did, the grease just disintegrated. So it's like the rat got stuck in the grease. The grease
Decomposed.
overtook the rat, and then it decomposed underneath the grease, but kept the shape of the rat.
So are you saying that the rat was probably alive, got stuck, and then got covered, just decomposed?
Yeah,
Is that what
basically.
you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all have horror stories. People always ask me what place to eat, what place don't to eat. I don't play that game. I just tell everybody, if you see the kitchen, you're safe. And just because you pay more money doesn't always mean it's a cleaner restaurant. Because I've been in some high
High-end,
scale
yeah.
that's all across the country, probably in different countries that everyone loves. And I'm like, you guys do what in here? I had to go into one. They were moving locations. Like, hey, come in and we want an opinion on what equipment to keep. And I walked in the back door. First time I've ever been in there. I walked around. I was like, who's in charge? And this guy's like, me. I was like, well, I'm here to evaluate your equipment, but I'm telling you right now, throw all this shit away. I just
Right.
left. I was like, no, dude, don't. Like, you're opening a brand new restaurant. Just buy new stuff because there's no reason to take these bugs, this crap into that new building.
Yeah, it's crazy though, right? Because like you said, if you see the kitchen, you're okay. Like people talk crap about Waffle House. I love Waffle House. You look at a Waffle House behind the counter, it looks greasy to the average person, but we walk in and we're like, yeah, this place is basically spotless.
I know it's the same
But it's
thing.
like imagine the kitchens that you're not seeing.
McDonald's the same way. It was like, oh, McDonald's a grease pits. I'm like, you can see back there. You see what you're getting into there. You don't see what you're getting into these other places. You're paying $50 for a steak at.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I just try to teach my customer, just like everything else. I try to, a lot of times the managers don't know. They tell someone to do something that doesn't get done. They don't check it themselves. I mean, we all know the situation. We're busy. They've got several people under them. Those people got several people under them. They've passed it down, but no one's following up. So if I run a situation where it's excessive grease, excessive water, or anything on the floor, I make sure I show somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
And most of the time they're really understanding. They don't want to see that. They don't want you to see that. They don't want you to be in that circumstances. And they do care.
Brian just say he found a rubber underneath a cooler one time.
Yes, Brian did. Brian said
I'm done.
Brian, I almost made a West Virginia joke, Brian. I'm sorry. I almost did it. I don't want to get taken off the air. Quentin did bring up a good point. He deactivated his LinkedIn, but he is still here. He is still supporting. So we appreciate you, Quentin. I get it, man. You got some stuff going on. If you ever need anything, get a hold of us, dude.
Oh, at what point do you contact the health department? Quentin is asking. Bro, I did that once in my entire career, and it was probably 3-4 years ago. I went to this whatever, I don't care. I went to this Mexican restaurant, okay? And it was, first of all, when you pull up, nobody's there. Sign says coming soon. So I call the customer. I'm like, yo, I'm here to work on your deep fryer. He tells me where the key is so I can let myself in. Nobody's there, and they've got food. I wish I could find the pictures on my phone. They've got food in bins on the floor, wide open. They got dirty immersion mixers laying underneath the sink, like disgusting.
Coming soon.
About the second time I went there, I went on the health department for South Carolina's website and I filed a complaint. I'm like, I've never done this before, but this is necessary. I mean, they weren't even licensed, they weren't operational, none of that stuff, and they're selling, not just selling food, but that was disgusting, bro. Yeah.
I've thought about it. That ice machine I posted like 2 or 3 months ago, and that was the second ice machine at the same location.
Oh, dang.
That was the worst ice machine I've ever seen in my entire life. And I did the one in the back like weeks before, and we went out front and I got a drink, and I didn't get ice, and Dalton got ice. He's like, "There's black shit in her eye, in my eyes." So I was like,
"Oh,
why do you think I didn't get ice, dude? You seen the one in the back? This one ain't any better." So 2 or 3 weeks later, we get a call to clean the front one, and I mean, it was bad. I mean, I had to go back. I took brushes, and it's one of the mantle where it's open on the back. I don't know why they did that. Like behind the evaporator is like an opening, and like air gets up in there, and like the crap was just coming. I had brushes up in there, like taking a hose, sprayed up in there.
Yeah.
I told the guy, I was like, "Look, I've got the best I can. To get any better, I'm either going to have to cut the evaporator out. I'm going to take it outside, take a pressure washer to it. Either way, it's going to cost you a bunch of money. Figure out what you want to do." Never heard back.
You lost them at a bunch of money. That's what happened.
That's Subway owner, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I had one time, and this was...
Jason's going to be mad because I said Subway.
He might flag me for saying Mexican restaurant. So. But I went to this steakhouse, and I think it was in Tampa for a service call.
Mm-hmm.
They're cutting steak on top of a residential chest freezer and got blood running all down the sides of the freezer, all across the floor. And then they complained when it was like $600 to clean their ice machine. I'm like, have y'all seen this nasty place?
Leo says he knows he can take a guess at which Mexican joint that was.
Were you with me, Leo, on that one?
Yeah, I mean, we get in some weird situations and some nasty stuff doing this job. But I mean, and a lot of times, like I said, I don't think the managers realize how bad it is. But
do they?
That's okay. Maybe I take that back. Some of them don't. I think some of them are oblivious and some of them don't care too. So,
I mean, I'm probably gonna get in trouble, but we do deal with some stupid managers. I mean, if you're one of my managers, it's most likely not you, but
no, they use on the rock. They're smart. They know what's up.
Smart.
They know what's up. They know what's up. That's funny. So the roach situation. That's just one that sticks out. It doesn't go away. It's there and it smells in your nose for the rest of the day. And once you get out of that call, like you just like twitch and tingle and you think something's on you. It's like your mind plays games with you. And like you may not have gotten close to them, but it's like every little time you feel a little twitch, you're like grabbing, you're like looking, make sure they're not on you.
Any little like shadow or the light flickers, you're checking your sleeve.
You run home, you're like, you're getting undressed in the garage, and like your wife's like, "Why are you naked?" Like, I gotta take a shower. We gotta throw these clothes away. Like, I'm gonna burn these. Put them in a bag and like seal them up. It's like the uniform guy can deal with this mess. I'm not doing it.
Yep, exactly. The clothes and the tool bag, just chuck it. I can buy new ones. We're good.
That's a good point, though. If you know it's gonna be a place that's gonna be bad like that, just taking the bare necessity tools and hope for the best. Like you said, you get that stuff in your bag. I can only imagine because I've had restaurants drop raw food in my bag and stuff. And like you find it later, and you're like, "What is this?" You're like, "Is that chicken?"
You find it because that you got a smell coming out of your tool bag.
Oh yeah. So just imagine there's stuff in there for those bugs to eat and live off for a while and breed and populate.
Oh, that's the stuff. Yeah.
So, most of the time I just tell them to clean it up. I'm polite about it, explain it to them. The customer I deal with that has them all the time, it's a historic building. They can't get rid of them, dude. Like they came in over the holidays and like tarped and sprayed and like they were cool. They were all happy. They're all gone. And like 2 weeks later, they're back. I'm like, they're back. They're like, yeah, we know. We can't get rid of them. Like, what are we going to do? Burn the whole building? And they remodeled the kitchen.
At least they're trying, though. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. At least they're trying. Some of these people, I don't know. They don't.
Do you have these at home? Do you live with this? Or are you used to this?
Did you bring them with you? Like, were they here before you started?
So I'm a northern guy. We don't have the bugs the South has. We went to Florida, and everybody says water bugs. I'm like, it looks like a damn roach to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but we had a house on the beach one time, and the door didn't seal. Mm-hmm. Like you could like see daylight, like sand was blowing in off the beach in the door, and they were everywhere, dude. They were like this big.
Did they fly?
Yeah.
You got attacked by one?
They were everywhere. Like you'd step on them and like you think they're dead and they're like still crawling off and they were everywhere. So I don't know how you guys, especially you living in Florida and Jason being in Florida dealing with them things, dude.
I mean, that as long as they're not in the building, you're whatever. This part of life. Don't want them in the building.
That's funny. So Quentin was talking about dish machines. That's a whole nother level of filth. When I first started, we had a bakery. I'm not going to name it. I'm not going to say the city, but I'd go in there like every 6 months, and we were rebuilding pumps, changing impellers, changing motors, changing seals. Put the same. It was a big giant. I don't know the brand. It was like 8 foot long, and the tray slid out, and they just loaded trays in there. It was a donut shop. That's all I did, and like I did this for like a year and a half, and finally, like hey, we're going to change the whole pump and motor. Here we go. The customer's supplying the parts. We were just doing the labor, and we go out there one night, and I was just starting. I was probably a year and a half in, 2 years at this point at the most. And the senior tech's there with me because I hadn't done this. He's like, "Oh, let's, I'll come out and check it out." So like we pull the pump off, and I look, and there's like on the input, there's like a layer of product. You got an opening like this big, and there's like a layer of product. He's like, they're not changing the water. That's all like yeast and flour. And this thing was a gas-fired dish machine, so I had an infrared burner underneath the tank.
Mm.
He said, we got to get that out of there. So I start chiseling this out. Well, come to find out, they hadn't changed the water in so long that infrared burner melted the stainless on the bottom. And once I got it all cleaned out, you could see the burner, the infrared burner.
Crap.
And yeah, that's probably the nastiest dish machine I've ever seen. So dish machines are a whole nother level. I make sure I tell everybody, like, change your water every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because some of this stuff is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, dish machines are interesting. 9 times out of 10, it's they didn't clean the stupid thing.
Oh, yeah. Or something stuck in it. I do a lot of power soaks. I do a lot of power soaks, and like, how do you get scissors that come apart? You know, like the shears, they come apart, and like, how do you get that stuck through the tubing in the impeller on these things?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing like when you find a like a spoon or something in a pump motor. It's like you've got 4 screens this thing had to get through to get to the motor. How'd you do that?
They put the screens back in after it got stuck in there to cover their ass.
Basically, yeah.
So most of the stuff I see with bugs is contactors, controllers, anything that's warm, damp environment. They like that. So if you can kind of eliminate that dampness, that warmness, you can keep them out of those areas. But you're never gonna. I don't care what kitchen you're at. You're gonna have them in there.
Yeah.
And it's just part of life of what it is. I mean, the fewer you see, the better the place is. They're gonna try to take care of them. Just be polite to your customer and let them know that if they don't know they're there, hey, you might want to take care of this. That's about all I can offer on that one, man.
Yeah, be polite. Don't be like me.
I work for somebody. I can't do what I got to do. You work for yourself. You can do whatever you want to do.
Learn a second language so you can scream all you want.
Oh, nice. Quentin's talking about dish machine that had a film on the entire side. He said the plumbers plumbed it straight to the grease trap, so it was just backfeeding grease back into it. I've had a rationale that wouldn't drain, and they plumbed it straight to a grease trap, no air gap or nothing, and it plugged up, and it was backing up into that rationale.
That's wow.
Yeah. There's a reason why it says open vents, open drains on this stuff. So,
no, I haven't seen that. I will say, I mean, similar. If we're gonna go with stupid installs, this was one where you ever see something so stupid you think you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So they installed a brand new, what was it? A brand new Moffett oven was installed, and it keeps blowing fuses in the disconnect. So I go look at it. All right, yeah, blown fuse. Take off the side panel. I'm looking and I see a wire, right? A live wire on this lone lugs, right? There's no. It's secured to this lone lug. There's a sticker above the lug that says, "Do not land live wire here." And I look at it, bro. I took a picture, sent it to a coworker because it was when I was before I started my company, and I'm like, "Can you read that sticker? Can you tell me what that says?" Because I'm like, right now, I think I must be missing something.
It's amazing what you see from companies that install stuff. I had one.
It's always the plumber who's been doing this for 20 years that installs the ice machine backwards.
Do you see my RO filter post last week?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't. I need to follow up on that post. I'm waiting to go back. The guy's gonna have us fix it, but I was there working on a blast chiller, and this is a brand new. This is an arena. It's a brand new facility. Like, it was all installed by a kitchen installation company. That's what he does.
Okay.
And this blast chiller was having issues with the door. Well, come to find out, they never raised the unit. So when they put the cart in, the door hit the cart and like push it up. And it was jacking up the hinges and the handle and all that. So I raised it up and got it fixed. It's clearing, nice and good, closed. And I was happy. He's like, hey, I got it figured out, I walk around the corner, I'm talking to the chef. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm waiting on him to come out. He's like, do you guys do Pentair warranty? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, that RO system doesn't make water. I'm like, well, that's just the one that comes with the oven. Like, I can work on that. Right. He goes, well, no, they didn't buy it with the oven. They bought it separate. I was like, well, I was going to take a look at it. And I was like, first I was like, well, the tank's upside down for one. I said, that's the flange that goes on the floor. I said, that tank's designed to be on. It doesn't have a dip tube. I said, so it actually comes back out the bottom. I started looking around. I was like, I don't see a black line anywhere. And those Pentairs for those Autoshams, so that little rubber nipple that goes in there. Mm-hmm. And I look up and that thing swelled up like 3 times the size. I touch it, it's just hard as a rock. I'm like, I better not touch that because as soon as that thing blows off, it's going to start dumping water everywhere. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, this guy is a kitchen installer and he's doing stuff like this. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, I don't get it. You're paid.
Yeah.
I mean, you're paid to do a job, and the customer sold a certified install.
You ever installed one of those systems on an Autosham?
Oh yeah, all the time.
because they come with instructions and
Pictures.
pictures.
It's color coded, dude.
Exactly. Like it's the one thing you can't mess up when you're installing.
Scott Westbrook, he's like, you know that came with color coded pictures. I was like, well, yeah, I don't even look at him anymore. But yeah, he's like, how do you screw up that bad? I was like, I don't know. He's like, I'm not paying to fix that. I was like, I didn't figure you would. I'm waiting to see if the dealer's going to pay for it or the customer.
Dude, I had a fryer one time, and I'm sure I told this before, but the fryer won't light, right? Fryer won't light. Okay. And when we push the valve, it makes a weird noise.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to light it. Every time I push the valve, I hear running water.
No.
Running water every time. What the hell? They ran a water line to the gas connection on the deep fryer.
I've heard of them doing it on
Yes.
combis, like hooking up the water to the gas side and the gas to the water side.
But it's a combi. You can kind of see the fryer. It's gas. It's
gas
got
on
one
it.
connection. It's like, how do you screw that
It's
up?
not a rethermalizer, bud. You hear water running. You just throw it away at that point, or
Yeah, I told him like it's trash, especially because it was like one of them cheap, like Webstront fryers that like back in the day were like $500 for the whole thing or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, well, either buy a new one or yell at your plumber or whoever the hell did that. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. At least most combi ovens like the garden hose thread on the back. So like you have to work to hook a gas line up to them. That's funny.
So I did have, dang it, on a rationale that we were doing, we were supposed to install it and start it up. What did the guy do? He did something backwards. I think he tried to run the electrical. Was it through the drain? I don't know. He did something bad. I don't remember. It was so bad. I was like, I don't know.
That drains that electrical.
Even my son, it was like his third one he did with me, and he's like, the hell?
That electrical will throw people on the new iCombis.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got that weird little bung thing that screws in. It's got the adapter. I could see that screwing some people if you didn't know.
Yeah.
That's funny. Because it just chases right down in there. Imagine looking at water or something like that.
That would have been hilarious.
So EC to Fix says, stupid install. Warranty call on a Cleveland boiler-based steamer. The plumber connected gas to the water inlet and water to the gas inlet. I've never seen it in person, man. That definitely ended up on a wall of shame, though. I think I need to start a wall of shame in the studio.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And just like crazy pictures, just hang them up on the wall or create a book. So if you have a crazy picture or install, something you've seen that's
have you
wild,
seen in person the conduit through the drain pan in the walk-ins?
Yeah.
It's funny because I was seeing a bunch of them years ago on Facebook, and I'm like, nah, this is BS. I never seen that before. And then I walk into a service call, I open the walk-in freezer, and I'm like, they do exist.
Like that's a $200 mistake.
I'm like, you have to try so hard to mess up that bad. Like, there's knockouts right here. You actually had to make sure you drilled the correct size hole and fit the wiring there.
That's bad. That's bad. I like I made a post about the Pro Press drain where it was like angled and like made me like turn my head sideways. I could go on and on about installs.
3 inches per foot slope.
Installs get me, man. And what's disheartening about it is your customer's paying for a certified install.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that a lot of service companies don't want to do it, especially if they don't have a dedicated service team because you're paying your technicians to do it. So it's really, you're not making any money. I mean, I don't know. That's what they say.
We make money.
You say. I was waiting for that,
but we charge for installs like we do for service for the most part.
Yes, but you go to these companies though, and they're flat rate install. That's where it kind of gets.
Yeah, when you're doing a lot of OEM installs, it's like this is what we're gonna pay, take it or leave it.
Yeah, and that's where it seems like it gets kind of wild. Like where the dealer has their guys install it, we'll go start it up, and I'm like, I can't start this up. I'm not doing this. And like, oh, why? I'm like, then you got to explain to them. That's when I get cussed out by a dealer. I've had a dealer try to get me fired and everything else. So I got to be nice.
Dealer and a manufacturer.
Yeah. Yep.
Even if you say something good.
Yeah. Let's see.
Feel free to edit that part out. He'll try to get me fired.
So Quentin says these people that do installs walk amongst us and are allowed to operate motor vehicles. It's terrifying. I agree, Quentin. I agree.
Yeah, sometimes I look at installs and I'm like, I bet you this person votes, and that explains so much.
I like yours this week where the guy said, well, the cooler was cold this morning.
Oh, I texted that, right?
Yeah. He was on site to install a refrigeration system.
This guy was asking. We finished the refrigeration and all that. Guy was like, the cooler's not cold. There's no, not the guy. Let me rephrase that. The superintendent, his boss, was like, and they supposedly do all the construction for a big place all over the country. He's like, hey, the cooler's not cold. There's no power to the cooler. I'm on the ladder. I thought he was joking. And he's talking to one of my guys who's on the job site with me. And my guy's like, there's no power to it. No, what did my guy say? Or he said, no, we didn't finish it or something. Well, why was it cold this morning? Is it because you had it running earlier? And I'm looking. If you guys could have seen the look on my face, like
I can only imagine. I could just imagine.
So my guy goes, yeah, because it was running earlier. We shut it back down or something. And I'm like, it was 27 degrees out last night. It's an outside cooler. Like, that's why it was cold. Like, they let you run this $10 million project? Really, bro? Like, I mean, I didn't say that part because I can't because I'm like the fourth party in the thing and it's a huge customer of mine. But I'm like, they let you run these projects, bro. They really let you run these projects.
Yeah, I got called to a startup last month, and I go in, gas fryers. I'm like, I walk in, I'm like, looking around, I'm like, man, it's cold in here. I'm looking, I'm like, the hoods work? I'm like, he's like, no, hoods don't work. I was like, you got gas? He's like, well, I got this hose. I was like, he had it running outside to a line outside.
Mm-hmm.
Gas wasn't turned on to the building. There's no power to the building. He had like a small, like 4,000 watt generator outside running the lights. He wanted me to fire up these fryers. He had 30 gallons of water in buckets he wanted me to start him up with. And I was like, nah, I ain't doing this. I just walked out. I told him, call me back when you got power. He's like, they're saying it's going to be 6 weeks. I'm like, cool, see you in 6 weeks. He's like, look, I got to bore into the road. I was like,
that's not how this
works.
Like,
call Frymaster and let them know, dude. I guarantee they're not going to be happy.
Bro, that's wild.
I refuse to start up anything that's under hood that's gas without the hood running. I don't care what anyone says. It's a liability.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's carbon monoxide pouring out. You can't have it. And then you start that thing up, and then someone comes along and runs it or turns it on, they can kill people, man.
Yeah, and plus you can't make proper adjustments or anything if you don't have the actual airflow that's in the building. So yeah, it's pointless.
Yeah, it's just amazing what people think we can do.
Or how people think things work. Why was it cold? It was only 27 degrees last night.
It's an outside box. All right, man. I'm going to get off here. I just want to talk about bugs for a little bit and how you treat it.
How did we go from roaches to stupid people? Where did that transition take place?
It correlates pretty easily if you think about it. I mean, you do see who our customer base is sometimes.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
All right, guys. Make sure you go out, you like, subscribe, you follow. Make sure you check out Viper from Refrigeration Technologies for supporting the channel and helping us out and make this stuff possible. I'm excited to hang out with Rich the next couple of days and his wife. We're going to have some fun. I'll talk to you guys later.
And don't let Jason make us take this down.
Yeah.
Because he will.
HR, go away.
I'm surprised he hasn't texted us yet.
If you guys would, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the podcast. It really helps us grow and helps us know which direction to move in. Also, if you have any suggestions for guests, please email me at commercialkitchenchronicles@gmail.com. Or if you want to be a guest, email me. Love to have you guys on. Thanks a lot. See you next week.